Well, as of Sunday afternoon, it is officially autumn, which means it is time to start indulging our seasonal obsessions like pumpkin.
Other than carving them for Halloween, pumpkin is a big flavor this time of year, and it doesn't stop at pumpkin bread. Tide and Time food blogger Laura Davis joins us this afternoon to show us how to make a porcini and pumpkin mac and cheese. Wow, that sounds different.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay,
It's absolutely delicious.
Okay, what do we have in it?
Well, let's go ahead and get the pan on. We're going to start working on our butter.
What's in there? What goes in it?
Oh, well, we have, we're going to do a simple sauce from butter, flour, milk, and of course the beer.
Okay.
Then we're going to add some goodness in there with some cremini mushrooms, some garlic, some shallots, and some dried porcini mushrooms as well, with a dual combination of cheese.
Okay.
So all kinds of good stuff.
All right, and like you said, I got the pan going.
Okay.
Are we
What's in
ready to
first?
throw in some butter?
Let's go ahead and,
The butter it is.
yeah.
And about how much is that?
This is about 6 tablespoons. I
Okay.
actually broke the batch in half, so this is about 3.
Okay.
So go ahead and get that melting there.
All right.
Yeah, pumpkin is awesome this time of year. Pumpkin ale, of course. Dogfish is one of my favorites. They were one of the first people to put a pumpkin ale on the market. I mean, they were
Right.
doing long before it was the stylish thing to do.
Right.
And the mushrooms, of course, the dried mushrooms, it's kind of something that I came up with in my kitchen one day, kind of poking around the pantry. I always keep dried mushrooms. They never go bad. You buy them, you leave them sitting in a bag, and they're a great way to boost up flavor in a soup or a stew or a macaroni and cheese, or even something like a burger, to rehydrate them and just mix them into whatever you're doing. It's
Right, and you put like hot water in them to rehydrate them?
I just boil some water in the tea kettle and then just cover them with hot water and then drain them out.
Okay, my butter's being stubborn here. Can we?
Yes, you got it.
It's on high.
That's all right. Okay, let's
So
go
we're
ahead and
putting in
just...
some onions
Put
and
the mushroom for you.
Oh, yeah. Here, you want to... I'll let you do something. What am I doing? I cook
put
all
him
the
to
time.
work.
That's extremely rare.
Yeah.
Are we ready to go? Good
Yeah,
to
go
All right.
ahead and
All
put
right.
them in there, get them working.
Okay.
They are in. Come back over here and show me more.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was a good mushroom. I like
So
Yeah.
that.
just kind of stir them around in the butter
Right?
here.
Just kind of to get it going,
Oh, it smells good.
Like I said, I mean, well, garlic and onion and
Yeah,
butter. I
that's
mean, that's
true.
pretty much awesome.
How much better can it get?
Right. Okay, so now we're going to take a flour,
Okay.
just flour to thicken it up.
So not a flour, but
Right.
just making sure I
I'm
understand here.
nervous, Jimmy.
Aw. So we're just going to kind of make a
Right,
roux.
yeah, we're gonna just kind of cook out the flavor. If you just add flour to a sauce, it's gonna stay grainy and it's not, it's gonna have a flour flavor. This way it kind of cooks out and develops, the flavor of that sauce even more.
Right.
Okay, so here's a question for you. You said you went to the cabinet, you pulled out these ingredients. Just off the cuff? This and this and this. Do you do that a lot?
I mean, well, I'm in Pocomoke, so my grocery store selection is certainly limited. So I try and keep a nicer stock pantry, especially with the food blog.
and then
I
you
always
just go
have
up,
to
open
have-
it, and say, I'll take this, 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 and this.
Right, you never
Really?
know. I mean, that's how you
Wow.
find new stuff that you love.
Okay.
Working with what you have.
Right, exactly.
sense.
Exactly. All right, that's looking good. You
Okay.
smelling the flour
Yeah,
browning
I
up?
am. Okay.
All right, so now we're going to
Jimmy's
add...
the beer person,
Am I
right?
the beer guy? What'd you say?
You're
Two
the beer
glugs?
guy.
Yeah, a
Okay,
couple
2 glugs.
glugs.
Couple glugs.
Glug, glug. A
about
little
that?
more, a
A
little
little
more.
more?
Cover the bottom of the pan there.
Wasn't big enough glug.
A little more.
There you go.
Little more?
A little more. There you go. That's good.
All right, well, let me ask you this. When you go to the cabinet and pull stuff out like that, just to make something up, is there anything we should avoid mixing together?
I don't know. I've certainly had some bunk batches in my day. It happens to the best of us. Oh, doesn't that smell so good
It
with
does
the beer?
smell good. Okay.
Okay, and let's go ahead and just add the milk
Add
in.
the milk in, all of this?
Yeah.
All right. Milk and beer. Who would have thought
Yeah,
I
that was-
know,
you would mix
right?
milk
Crossed
and
my
beer
mind.
together in a recipe?
Okay.
All right,
so-
I'll just put that back
okay.
there.
All right, and so the last thing we're going to add here is, our porcinis. Go ahead and our dried porcinis, and that'll give it a super bunk-up flavor. You could also, to add more, you could save your rehydration liquid a lot of times, because it's a lot of goodness to be dumping
Right,
down the drain, and that
right.
bumps up your flavor even more.
Okay.
And if you think you don't like mushrooms, you should still give this a try, because the flavor profile of some dried mushrooms and things like that are not mushroomy so much as they're beefy, or they have a lot of other flavor qualities that aren't
Right.
necessarily earthy.
You said your husband
mushrooms.
likes this.
Oh yes, my husband, and he's a complete meat and potatoes guy. This doesn't have any meat, but he will eat this as a meal with a salad and not complain at all.
All right. And there are several ways you can get the shopping list and instructions on how to make this recipe. You can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801. You can also go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab or call us 443-880-9116. Make sure you let us know you want the porcini and pumpkin mac and cheese. Pumpkin ale mac and cheese, right?
Pumpkin
Yeah.
ale mac
All
and
right.
cheese.
Definitely.
All right, what's next?
Let's go ahead and stir in the cheese.
All of it?
Mm-hmm.
All of it goes
And I
in.
can smell the pumpkin ale.
Oh yeah, and certainly
neat
if you
aroma.
wanted even more of a pumpkin flavor, feel free to stir in some, canned solid pumpkin. About a
okay.
quarter cup in there, or even something like a sweet potato mashed
Okay.
up would probably be okay.
All right, what's next?
All right, so now all we're gonna do is take our pasta here, dump
Dump
it
it
right
in.
in there, get that sauce
And this was
going.
pointed out earlier, you probably know how to make pasta.
Right.
Yeah, right. And any shape. I like the shells because I feel like the mushrooms get in the nooks and crannies, but elbow macaroni would be fine, or bow ties, anything that you have in your pantry.
Okay.
All right, so we have a baking dish here.
And we're going to pour this in
Yeah,
here. Okay.
yeah, just pour that right in there.
Now, put,
There
now
goes it.
of course,
Nice.
we can't wait for this to bake, so through the magic
But
of
we get
TV.
to bake it, right?
Let's top with some breadcrumbs
Top
too.
with some breadcrumbs.
This is optional. A lot of people don't like breadcrumbs on their macaroni and cheese,
What?
but
How is that possible?
I know.
All right, Jimmy, you want to take the one out of the oven?
I'm ready, 'cause
All
we gotta
right.
make room for that
We're
one, right?
ready for
Yes, sir.
taste.
All
All right, the magic of TV one. I always like that one.
MOTV.
MOTV.
Look at that bad boy.
Oh, that
Ah.
looks delicious.
about that?
Delicious. Give it a try. Tell me
All
what you
right.
think.
All righty.
Here you go.
Be honest.
time.
Oh, I will.
Now, I'll be honest with you.
There's
Since
chunks
you're
of
asking for
mushroom
honesty
in
already,
there.
it may take me a little bit. I may have to take several bites before I
Huh.
can decide for sure.
Right? It's crazy that you can have that much flavor in a macaroni and
Wow,
cheese.
that's
You know what I
really
mean?
good.
It's different.
That's a flavor. It's hard to describe, but it's good.
Right. Like I said, it's not mushroomy though so much. I mean, it is, but it's got substance.
It's like
All
a
right.
mac and cheese texture with great flavor.
Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you
as
guys for having me
always.
back.
Up next on Delmarva Life, the season premiere of Elementary tonight has the cast in London. Find out what they're doing there as we go behind the scenes for a sneak peek. That's next. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.